Yes.
Okay. You were here before, were you not?
No, I've been here before last year and on 2 other occasions in Cape Town.
Yes, yes. Now, just brag a bit and tell us why this time around we should recommend you for appointment.
Well, I have extensive experience. I started at the bar in 1980. I did criminal work quite extensively for about 12 years. And thereafter, I started with a civil practice. I developed quite a substantive civil practice. I specialized in certain kind of matters, but also do others. I know insolvency law, I know administrative law. So I've got wide experience, and apart from that, I've been acting quite extensively, and I gained more experience. And I acted in criminal courts for approximately 50 weeks in total, and in civil courts also approximately 50 weeks, just a rough estimate, actually a bit more. So I think at this stage I feel I'm ready for appointment. I can contribute. I've got the ability to start matters and finish them and then deliver a judgment within a couple of weeks in these matters.
So it never took you more than a year to write a judgment, to deliver a judgment?
No, the longest periods it took me to write judgment is over the December recess. So if, for instance, I hear a matter in November, then I will deliver the judgment towards the end of January, beginning of term. So that normally will cause a delay. But apart from that, I try to deliver my judgments within a month or month and a half.
Yes. JP?
Thank you very much, CJ. Rian, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, JP.
Yeah, like you indicated to the CJ, you've done 54 weeks in the criminal trial courts,
Yes.
and the others, probably 56 in the civil part. Now, I see you've done 18 weeks in opposed motion since you've started acting.
Yeah, first time I started acting was in 2011. So I had quite a few acting stints, and each time you act, you sit in the opposed motion court, and also in Mpumalanga, where I also acted. There you will sit in the opposed motion court, but simultaneously during the same week you will also do the unopposed matters. So I added those as opposed weeks as well, and during that week, in fact, you will also do the urgent court in Mpumalanga.
Right, and you've written something over 70 judgments, am I correct?
Yeah, I prepared a schedule because I've been acting for so long. It was difficult. I had to go through all the court books, so it was difficult to get all the judgments. But that would be approximately, well, I would say the majority of the judgments. There are more.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And you feel you are ready now to...
I feel I'm ready now. I can also add that all the judgments I've written, not one has been upset on appeal.
Thank you very much, CJ.
Thank you, JP. MEC?
No questions.
Thank you. Norman SC?
Oh, thank you, Chief Justice. Good afternoon, Council.
Good afternoon, Commissioner.
Yes, just that one aspect on the last occasion about the company and the business. Have you decided what you want to do in the event you are successful?
Yeah, the family farm. What I've done in the meantime, we entered into agreement with another farmer who took over the farm activity. So all that's left is really the holiday home section for us. But in any event, I spoken to my brother. The company must have one director, and if appointed, he will become the director of the company. So then I will resign.
Yes. And then one last thing. You've written a judgment that appears at page 221.
221.
Yes, it will be marked book 4 of 4.
Where it is. Oh, yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah, I remember that matter. Yes, it's
Thank you. Yes, I noticed that you still refer to people as accused. I thought that tradition was stopped a long time ago because a person has a name and a surname. and you have accused, maybe seated and accused everywhere.
Yeah, I must say it's wrong. Well, it accused pleaded not guilty to all counts. If it's more correctly to say Mr. Banele pleaded not guilty, I'll do it from now onwards. I'm sorry for that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Chief Justice. Thank you.
Did you say if or were you direct?
No, I will do it.
No. What did you say? Did you say if or did you not say if? I just want to understand. I didn't hear correctly.
No, what I say, if the correct way to do it is not to refer to accused, but to the person in name. For instance, in this matter, I should have then called the accused in the judgment, Mr. Banele, then I will do it from now onwards.
I don't understand. Are you saying if it is the correct way, or are you saying it is the correct way?
It is the correct way. I've been informed now, and I was not totally aware of it. I must admit.
Okay.
Yeah.
It goes with how I see my colleagues in the higher court refer to people even in civil matters. No master, no miss, nothing. It's just Mandela did this, and
No, what I normally do is if I refer to in my civil judgment, I know I refer to the people as Mr. or Miss or something. Yes, I do that. Yes.
That's the best. Thank you. Honorable Singh?
No, just a quick follow-up, CJ. Where is this farm?
The farm is on.
Be careful. Be warned. You are disclosing to a wrong person.
He's looking for the address.
Well, I must just add that I also put in my application is not a money-making concern, but it's an hazy view.
Well, be careful. He may build some houses on it. Honorable Singh?
Thank you, Chief Justice. No Section 25. Yeah. Good afternoon, Advocate.
Good afternoon.
Good to see you again. The BLA in their comments say they supported you the last time, but they referred to an objection. And I'm sure you must have seen the objection by SS and Changasa attorneys on behalf of the client. Can you briefly tell us something?
Yeah, what happened there was when I received that objection.
Sorry, one second. Sorry.
Sorry, Chief Justice. I think this is the same problem which happened last time. The objection was withdrawn because it was an issue of mistaken identity.
Yeah.
It was another Strydom.
This was the same situation. Well, when I got the comments, I saw this objection and went cold and went into a bit of a state of shock. But then I started reading, and then I realized when this matter was heard on the 4th of March 2019, I was acting in Delmas in criminal court, so it was not me. So it's a mistaken identity situation, and the objection was not raised against me.
Thank you, Chief. And for the record, they have sent a letter indicating that it was a mistaken identity. Thank you.
Yeah, and I can also add, in the meantime, I received a letter from the Black Lawyers Association, which again supported my application.
Ngosi Thomas SC.
Thanks, Chief Justice. I'm covered.
Thank you. Honorable Nyambi.
Thank you, CJ. One question. What happened in the previous interviews and today? With the hindsight, anything that you might now be having a different view about what we have said then, instead of going back and reflecting about almost everything?
No, when I read my interview again, I should have said at that time, as far as the directorship is concerned of the family concern, I should have stated then that I would resign if appointed. I think I've corrected that now, and that will happen if I'm appointed. And yeah, the other issues, I can't think now of something which I said wrongly. I felt I should have stated differently now.
Thank you, Advocate. Thank you, CJ.
Thank you, Honorable Nyambi. Honorable Breitenbach.
Thank you, Chief Justice. Good afternoon, Mr. Strydom.
Good afternoon, Commissioner Breitenbach.
We have known each other for a long time and litigated against each other often.
Yes.
With your extensive, particularly criminal law experience, what, in your view, can be done to speed up the finalization of criminal matters in the High Court, and what will you do if you're elevated to the bench in order to see that this happens?
Well, I've been doing it whilst acting. A judge in a criminal court must take a firm but fair stance. One have in these courts various role players. You will have the prosecution authority, you will have the interpreter, you will have the police. Everybody must work together to get the accused at court, to be ready. We have the defense. Everybody must be ready. And the judge there must really make sure that he gets everybody on board so that the matters do not get postponed unnecessarily. So the judge must play a role, and what we also do now is to have pre-trials and case management in criminal matters, so to get everybody together before. And I'm talking about what happened in Mpumalanga, but I think it should also be done here, is to get everybody before the judge at some kind of pre-trial hearing to see what the difficulties and issues are, so that if the court starts, we start with the matter and not with other issues. So that would be my suggestion.
Commissioner Sigogo, are you covered?
CJ, I'm covered.
Thank you. Commissioner Fourie?
I see last time when it was my turn, I said that I was covered, but I'm going to say that again, Chief Justice. Thank you.
As I excuse you, I must say I'm impressed by the way you pronounce Mpumalanga. Not everybody is able to say it. You are excused, sir. You are excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Justice. Thank you, everybody.